Moving beyond gratitude. That's today's topic that I'd like to talk about because so frequently, for so many of us, we have heard over and over again how the way for us to be successful is to be grateful for what we have and to focus on the things for which we are grateful, after which the things we will end up receiving more of the things for which we're grateful. We've heard that before. A lot of us have. But I actually wanted to talk with you today about moving beyond that, because that is a great foundation. And building on that foundation, I'm going to give you some specific steps today that you can use that will enable each of you to enhance the quality of your life right now. And I'm not talking from an income standpoint, although income is also great. I'm talking from a happiness standpoint. And when we think about our lives, if we're not careful, we can end up focusing on the things that really bother us and the trials and tribulations that we have. But when we focus on other things, the things that are positive about our lives, then we can really have a different outlook. Of course, that sounds really oversimplistic at first, but let me go into further detail to tell you exactly what you can do right now to really enhance your own ability and perspective on your own lives and on how happy you can be. One thing that you can do is, from now on, whenever you go to different places that you patronize, whether it's restaurants like the one I'm at now, or whether it's the dry cleaners or wherever, literally when you go to those places, program those telephone numbers into your cell phone, and then when you meet people who work at those places, make a mental note of what their names are. And also, in your cell phone contacts list, in the notes field, write down the name of those individuals so that whenever you go back to that establishment, you'll remember the people who work there, you'll be able to address them by name, and watch what happens when you address people by name, when you start remembering about them and you acknowledge them and their importance. Watch what happens to how they treat you, and watch how they go the extra mile just to be of support to you, because you've made them feel good about themselves just by taking an extra little moment to build them up. It doesn't cost anything, but it's priceless in terms of its value to them. And then the next step is, when you are grateful for the ways that people have treated you whenever you go to different establishments, the other thing to do is to get in touch right then with the manager or supervisor of the person. And then when you do, speak genuinely and highly about how much you appreciate the person for his or her service. And then when you do that, it's going to make the manager feel good, because they typically just get complaints all the time. And it'll make the person who you see all the time feel good, because you took that time to acknowledge them. And then on top of all that, you'll remember them and they'll remember you, because you will have kept notes on them or who they are within your cell phone. So you don't have to have a really exceedingly great memory to do this, but taking these extra little steps is what it takes to go beyond gratitude, because here it's literally gratitude in action. Whenever we take the time to build people up around us, and we take the time to show people that we really, really do care about them, and that we are truly appreciative to them for who they are, then it adds to the quality of happiness of our own lives, because we actually get to take some time, just truly in a genuine way, to build people up around us. And that creates around us a countenance and an energy that's positive. It creates more of a feeling among those around us of that we are the kind of individuals that anybody would want to be around. And then when that happens, they see you as the leader. They see you as the person of influence. They see you as somebody who truly does care about others. And so the question is, well, gosh, what do I get from all this? Well, you know, when this is done in a genuine way, what you get out of it is a satisfaction of knowing that you've made somebody's day better. And when you do this as a matter of habit, just watch how people around you continue to treat you as you make them feel good about who they are. At times I've told people that I've addressed them by name, whether they're at restaurants or whether they're the janitor, or whether they're someone at an office somewhere. I address people by name not because of some strategy to get them to do anything. I address them by name philosophically as a matter of personal respect. And I tell them that. I would rather call people by their name rather than say, hey, you, or excuse me, sir, ma'am, whatever. It just is so impersonal that way. But if you do the things that I just outlined here, then what's going to happen is you will be able to create, no matter what, even if you live in a big city or a small town or wherever, you're going to create the kind of life where you could literally be walking down the street, you could be walking past some business somewhere, and people will stop and say hello to you. They'll ask about you, they'll ask about your family. And just in doing that, when people treat you that way, it will affect your own countenance and your own sense of self, because when you get these positive expressions of caring towards you, you can't help but feel really good about the kind of life that you're living, where you feel like whatever you're doing is done in a way that truly is adding value to the world by building up those immediately around you. So that's it. These basic steps can really, really affect the quality of your life starting today. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't require any specific skill. Even if you don't have an iPhone, let's say you're watching this instead of on your phone, let's say you're watching this on your computer, or you're watching this some other way, and let's say you don't have an iPhone, you could write this information down if you can't program stuff into a smartphone. There's always a way, when there's a will to move forward with implementing the spirit of what I'm suggesting, there's always a way to get it done. So with that, I'd like to encourage all of you to do this, to really do these things, because it really is going to be a way that you will realize now and forever how one person really does make a difference. We hear that all the time, but in reality, you'll see it all the time too, when you just take that extra little moment to acknowledge people, to acknowledge who they are, and to respect them truly for the value that they add to you with whatever product or service they provide. And when you appreciate them for what they provide, then that just enhances your sense of gratitude. Hence, we come full circle. Again, so many of us have heard about how our having gratitude is the way for us to get more of what we're grateful for. But going beyond that, with everything that I've talked about here, this is gratitude in action. This is how to enhance personal relationships. This is how to go beyond gratitude. So with that, everybody, I'd like to wish all of you well. Until next time, and make this a great day. And from now on, with wherever you go, just take the time to acknowledge people in a genuine way, and take the time to learn their names and to write those down and to acknowledge them, and then to express appreciation for them in front of their superiors in a way that's genuine, just because you care about them. And then just watch your life improve with however great it is already. Watch your life go to a whole new level just by implementing what I've talked about in this video. You take great care, everybody, and I'm so appreciative to you for taking the time to watch this video. And if you want to stay in touch with me and you'd like for us to work together, then click on the link below and we will go from there. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.